What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy hump day. No, today's not hump day. Today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome. As you can see, you guys, we have hit 9,000 subscribers. We have hit 9,000 subscribers. And we are definitely on our way to 10K. Okay. All right, so let's get ready to get into this. Ciao. All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great Tuesday. We're going to get into this. Geechee girl, welcome. Well, welcome everybody. Let me say my hellos. Hey, Creative Diva. What's up, Tracy? What's up, little sis? Hey, Danny. Hey, Brandon. Authentically Young. What's up, C Golden? Hey, Earl. What's up? Thank you, Geechee. As y'all know, Geechee girl has been following the Shanquella Robinson story. She did a live. You did a live earlier today, I thought, but when I went back to go look for it, I couldn't find it, Geechee. Maybe I was looking for it wrong. You know, sometimes YouTube be tripping. So maybe it was the live from last night. I don't know. But if you guys are not, if you were following the Shanquella Robinson story and you are not following Geechee girl, then you guys are missing a lot of information. She has been following this story from the beginning. So please make sure that you are subscribed to Geechee Girl TV. What I want to talk about today, there was an article, and you know, I read the article. Well, I heard about the article earlier today. And thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Travel. Hey, Cash App. Thank you. Damn. And some new information has come out, you guys. Some new information has definitely come out. And like I said, last night, Geechee girl had a live and shit. Damn it. I'm sorry, y'all. Ugh. I just dropped my candle and it broke all over this glass. Oh, I'm gonna have to sweep that up when I get off of here. The federal rally stuff. What? Yeah, I thought I saw. You know, I don't know if it does this happen to y'all where you know somebody did a live on their channel, and when you go, yeah, I was trying to light it, so yeah, at least it wasn't lit. You're right about that. Have y'all done that? Like that happens. Like I saw Geechee Girl had done a live, right? And when I went to her channel to try to pull it up, I don't see it. Does that happen to y'all? That's happened to me a couple of times. Like I'll see the person did a live, or like I'll see the, and I'll be like, oh, they must have privated the video, or they must have deleted the video. But it can't always be the situation. Anyway, well, Geechee Girl, I'll drop the link if you want to come up. I mean, I know you're following it on your channel, so by all means, I know you want to. But if you want to, I'm going to go through this article and then I'm going to drop the link for a little while if anybody wants to come up. Like I said, you guys, it's a lot of information, and the reason why, okay, that happens to y'all too. Okay, there's a live tab. Yeah, but I used to, and maybe it's an update, but I used to be able to go, if I go to somebody's channel and you go to their list, it's a tab that says recent video. And I just usually go to the most recent video and it's there, but it hasn't, I don't know. Because like I was looking for a video for Armand Wiggins, and it said most recent video was like 4 weeks ago. And I'm like, I know good and damn well Armand Wiggins was live today because I'm looking for the video. Like that's happened to me a couple of times. I'm just not understanding why. Anyway, hey China White, what's up, Brandon? All right, let's get a couple of announcements out of the way before we get ready to get started on this article. Don't forget that December 1st starts a 12 days of Christmas giveaway over here on the channel. That is a members only event. So if you are a member by December the 1st, you are eligible. There will be gifts and giveaways for, there'll be 12 different gifts and giveaways. And most of the vendors, now you have to go to the live tab. Okay, that's what it is. All right. These daggone updates, child. They moved all the lives to the new tab. Okay, thank y'all. Because, child, y'all know. And YouTube send you an email every day talking about the new updates. Child, nobody got time to keep up with all the updates. They keep updating stuff. But you do not have to be a member. We will have other opportunities for you guys to get some Christmas cheer, but that is a members only event. Yeah. All right, let's get into this. So I'm going to be reading from the article. The article that I'm reading from is coming from the New York Post. I know it's a lot of people have kind of have gotten this information from different sources, but I'm letting you know where I'm going to be reading the article from. Is from the New York Post. And this is in reference to Shanquella Robinson, that the doctors actually tried to revive her. We know originally what we heard was that when the maid found her, she was unresponsive. And I think a lot of us were led to believe that she was already gone at that time. Y'all know that because of YouTube, there's certain words I'm not going to use. I'm going to be very creative with, so you guys are going to have to just follow along. So let me just read you guys this article. And as I'm reading through, we'll just kind of stop and I'll give my commentary. The North Carolina woman who died under mysterious circumstances at a luxury Mexican resort was threatened, Lord, I'm making up words now, was treated by a doctor at the scene and was alive for close to 3 hours after her injury, according to a shocking police report that contradicts her death certificate. What's up, Peace? How you doing? What's up? What's up, big bro? Jonathan, hey, love. Right, they keep updating stuff, but not the night. Right, they not updating the notifications. Right. Charlotte native Shanquella Robinson's death certificate claims she died within 15 minutes of suffering a spinal cord injury while vacationing last month at the swanky Fundadores Beach Club in San Jose del Cabo. But the Charlotte Observer obtained a police report that revealed that Dr. Carolina Beatrix Omelias Gutierrez, I hope I said all of that right, of the American Medical Center was with the 25-year-old for almost 3 hours before she was pronounced. According to the police report, which the paper obtained from a journalist within the Spanish language Metropoli Mix or MX Medical Assistance was requested at 2:13 p.m. October the 29th. The person who summoned help was listed as Winter Donovan. Now, put a pin in that. Winter Donovan is one of the people that was with her, because I'm not going to say the word friend, was one of the people that was with her. Winter Donovan was one of the people with her. So Winter Donovan is the one who allegedly, according to this report, called for help from Greensboro, North Carolina. Greensboro is about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes from Charlotte, so that's not, that's right there. One of the 6 people believed to have traveled to Mexico with Robinson. The doctor said Robinson, who she was told had drunk a lot of alcohol, had stable vital signs, was dehydrated and unable to talk, the paper reported. Gutierrez told the group she wanted to transfer Robinson to a hospital, but the friends insisted that she treat her at the villa. Wait, whoa. The doctor wanted to take Shanquella to a hospital, but the friends insisted that she treat her there. My medical doctor is in the chat, okay? Does that even make sense? I'm going to keep reading, but we're going to talk about it. The doctor tried to administer an IV without success. After about an hour, Robinson suffered a brief seizure. The police report called by the paper. At about 4:20 p.m., the patient's friend named Winter Donovan called 911 to request an ambulance. The document said, in the meantime, the patient presented with difficulty breathing, a lowered pulse, and they gave her a rescue breath, meaning CPR. Hey, what's up, Cookie? Gutierrez and one of the friends started CPR at 4:49, but her heart soon stopped beating. At 5:25 p.m., the police arrived. Paramedics administered a total of 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses of adrenaline, and 6 discharges, that is the defibrillator, when y'all see to put on a defibrillator, without success. No, the doctor stayed there, but the doctor just didn't go to the hospital. Thank you, Janae. That's a very valid point. Keep in mind that this is Mexico. That's valid. Valid, Janae. Thank you. And we're going to talk about what that means in a second. The doctor pronounced Robinson DOA at 5:57. News about the medical response comes after 2 viral videos show Robinson shortly before her death, one of her being beaten in a hotel room and another one playfully joking with her friends. Robinson's father, Bernard Robinson, told TMZ on Saturday that he believed the attack was a setup because she was not one to get involved in fights. Last week, the state attorney general's office of Baja, California, said that an investigation was initiated for femicide, a hate crime in which women are killed due to their gender. No arrests have been made. Robinson's sister, Quila Long, said in a GoFundMe account that the family will continue to push for justice. The United States State Department released a statement claiming no clear evidence of foul play yet. There is a video circulating of a woman violently attacking Shanquella, Long wrote. The statement is unacceptable and we are beyond devastated. We continue to fight for the truth, she added. Hold on. United States State Department released a statement. Okay. The Observer said it has been unable to reach any of the people who were with Robinson on the day, including Donovan. Cabo police and Robinson's family also did not respond to its multiple messages. The American Medical Center confirmed that Gutierrez is a doctor there, but did not respond to requests for the medical autopsy reports. The FBI also said it has opened an investigation into the case. So listen, there's a couple of things. Let's talk about it. There are a couple of things here we need to address. Thank you, Superstar Grammy. Welcome. The whole thing is making my scalp itch. What's up, Eb? You on your way? Oh, you know them rats done scattered, child. You know. Doctors just never leave. I had to force myself to leave early today. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The doctor didn't leave, but the doctor wanted to take her to the hospital. Okay. I wonder how bad the language barrier was. That's a good point. What's up, Lemon Kush? Because this is out of the country, I'm thinking because of the cost, along with other reasons, they insist to keep her at the house. Child, they didn't care about no cost. So let's go back. Geechee girl, if you want to come up, let me know. If not, like I said, yeah, she's done a lot of this on her channel. But let's go back. First of all, if I am the police, if I'm the detective working this case, if I am a police officer, Winter is the one I want. Winter is the one I want. I'm going to tell you why Winter is the one I want. Winter sound like her conscience, that it was getting to her a little bit. That her conscience, it was getting to her a little bit. That's what it sounded like to me. If she was the one that called for medical assistance, if she the one that called for medical help, it sounds like Winter is the one I want to talk to first. I want to get her alone, and I want to talk to her. Yeah, I guess the statement about housekeeping finding her unresponsive was not an accurate statement. According to this article, according to this information, that was not an act. Now, remember, this information is coming from an article from a Mexican newspaper, and it was translated. That's where this information is coming from, my understanding. Isn't the doctor's job to call FBI? I mean, to call 911. I don't understand why the doctor couldn't insist to take her to the hospital. I didn't understand that. Okay, and so Janae, is the Hippocratic Oath not universal? Is that just a United States thing? Or are the laws just different? I think. All right, let me go through the article. Let me finish going through some of the things, and then we'll talk about it. So, like I said, Winter's the one I want in the box because Winter's the one that sounds like she got a little bit. Hey, what's up, Mr. Willie Brown? How you doing? The laws are different. Okay, Janae says that the laws are different. Okay. They originally called the medical assistance at 2:00 at 2:13. At 4:00 is when they call for an ambulance. It's not clear from this article if an ambulance ever arrived or not. It just says what they continue to do. So it's not clear. Okay, Geechee. So it's not clear from this article if the ambulance ever arrived or when the ambulance arrived. It just says that they did CPR, that they tried to give her adrenaline. Like, it says what they did, but it never says anything about her going to a hospital. So I don't know if an ambulance never showed up or that the friends wouldn't allow her to leave. Like, from this article, it's not clear. Now, typically a form is signed when treatment is refused, but again, that's here. Okay. Yeah, I know that. Now, I do know that you can refuse medical attention. Like that's like if you're in a car accident and they call an ambulance, you can refuse. Like, you don't have to go just because they called the ambulance or just because they say you need to go. But yeah, like Janae says, usually because of for litigious reasons, just to cover themselves legally, they make you sign a waiver saying, "Hey, I don't want anything." But she wasn't really in a position to sign a waiver. She's over 25. This, y'all, listen. There's so many blurred lines in this story. It's so many blurred lines. In this situation, again, let me take the Mexican piece out of this because we don't know how different the laws are, but just based on where we are, let's just look at it from a United States perspective for right now. there's so many blurred lines that here in the United States, I feel like in this situation, and Janae, correct me if I'm wrong, but in this situation, I don't know if a doctor would have allowed this. I don't know if not going to the police, I mean, not going to the hospital would have remained an option in this situation where she can't refuse and the people with her are not next of kin. Like it seems to me like that would defer or revert to the doctor's feelings, what the doctor feel is best. Again, I'm this case is just so nope, mandatory reporting. So here in the United States, she would have had to go to the hospital. Is that what you're saying, Janae? If this had happened stateside. Hey, Sam. I remember falling out after donating blood. They called the ambulance immediately, and I was the one that declined them taking me anywhere. No one else was able to speak for me. Yeah. Yeah. So many blurred lines. Um, the friends are gone. Doctor must report it. Okay. So if this were stateside, that it wouldn't have happened that way. Were there any drugs? Right, you have to sign off on something, right? But no, what I'm saying, Abby, though, is she wasn't in a position to refuse. So I'm saying she wasn't right in this situation. She wasn't in a position to refuse. So then it will revert to the doctor making the call. Is what I was asking. Yeah, yeah. I know but she wasn't in a position to refuse to do anything. She wasn't. Yeah, much less sign anything. Any drugs found in her system, from my understanding, and y'all can correct me, and Gucci Girl may have more information. From my understanding, I'm not gonna say there was none in her system, but it did not rise to the levels of alcohol poisoning, which is originally what the friend said. Okay, Patty Duke said no, there was no alcohol found in her system. Then that's interesting. That's very interesting. Her state was very interesting. Okay, so that my understanding is correct. Okay, thanks, Janae. Thank you. You can call a code. Okay, all right. See, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of where we are the blurred lines. Like, for example, I know a lot of people are frustrated, and I'm frustrated. So let me say this. I'm frustrated too, okay? I'm frustrated too, and I feel like, why hasn't somebody been arrested or what have you? I'm frustrated with that. But I also think that they're trying to figure out jurisdiction. They're trying to figure out jurisdiction, um, who actually these people belong to, and how they gonna get them there. If it comes out that this goes back to Mexico, are Mexican police gonna come to the United States and arrest them and send them back? Are the U.S. gonna arrest them and send them? Like, there's a lot of red tape that has to be addressed in this situation as well. And because this has become such a hot button case, I think that's where some of this hesitation is coming in. The reality of the situation is the rats have scattered, but child, I really don't feel like it'll be hard to find them. Now I say that, because child, they just don't seem like the brightest bulbs. Okay, Geechee Girl. I'm dropping the link for Geechee Girl. I'm gonna let you guys come up. I will drop the link for everybody, but right now this is for Geechee Girl to just share. She's been really following this story. It's for Geechee Girl to come up, and like I said, I will drop the link for everybody if you guys want to come up. But right now this is just for Geechee Girl. I know the autopsy was done, but it wouldn't show if there were alcohol or drugs unless it was a severe amount. Mexico and the U.S. has extradition agreements, so U.S. arrest and hands over to Mexico. Right, I know, but I just think that they're just being maybe overly careful. Hey, Geechee girl.
Hey, boo.
Now, can my mods drop Geechee's link in the chat? Like I said, Geechee's been following this story from the beginning, and she's done a couple of really good lives on this story. So she's got more information than me. She's also been in contact with some people, so she's got more information than me. So, what are we missing from this article, Geechee? What are we missing? Because it seems like it's still so much that we don't know, and it just seems like the more information we get leads to more questions.
I don't know. It's just, this story is just filled with so many twists and turns. I mean, at first we all were calling Nasir, you know, a liar, and I still call him a liar, but I think that there is a hint of truth in the things that he's been saying. But my question is, Khalil called the mom and told the mom about the $5,000 or $6,000 that was needed to take her to the hospital. My question is, if she had allegedly $17,000 cash with her, why didn't they just take her to the hospital? It makes no sense. Um,
So is that what they're saying? The reason why they didn't want the police to take her to the hospital is because of the money?
remember, the interview that the mom had with, I think it's CBS News.
Right.
She said that she got an initial call saying that she was sick. Then they
Right.
called and said that, um, when they called and said she was sick, um, they also said that they needed $5,000 or $6,000 to take her to the hospital. She then said, "Well, why? Because she's insured." Um, but I just don't know. I just have so many questions because
Well, insurance, and I will say this: insurance doesn't work the same overseas as it necessarily works here. It's not that cut and dry. Like here in the United States, you say you have insurance, it's not that cut and dry overseas.
I'm
So, and
yeah,
I'm not saying this too. I'm just saying in general, they may have told them. Let's just. I'm just saying. I'm not playing devil's advocate, but I'm just saying. Let's just say that the friends had the best of intentions, which
hmm
we know they didn't. But let's just say they had the best of intentions. They still may not know because it's not that cut and dry as it relates to insurance and you know and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, we know they didn't have good intentions, so I don't want to give them too much benefit of the doubt. But I'm just saying.
well, well, what bothers me is this. Um, we know what initially happened. However, now it's saying that on the police report that she was deceased due to cardiopulmonary arrest.
Mhm.
So, which is it? Is it atlas luxation or is it cardiopulmonary arrest? Because then, if that's the case, then all of this is setting up for a good defense for the six people who initially brought this, this into fruition as far as Shanquella being beaten. So it's like, okay, so are you going to hold them responsible as well as the doctors? Because I don't give a damn who says not to take somebody somewhere. Because I'm a doctor and I took an oath, my job is to preserve your life if I can preserve your life. And they didn't do that.
Let me say
So,
this. I'm gonna say this. And Abel, I don't know if you're being a troll or what. But I'm really getting ready to block you. So just consider that your warning if you haven't already been blocked. Um, so let me say this. Um, this is getting ready to make y'all mad. It's gonna make a lot of y'all mad. And I want y'all to hear what I'm saying and hear me and not deal with emotions. For the exception of the young lady that we actually see in the video physically assaulting Shanquella, please don't hold your breath on these people going to jail.
I agree with you.
I think that the way this case has been handled from the beginning, it's a lot is a lot of reasonable. Now we're talking about stateside versus Mexican. Okay, let's talk about stateside. There's a lot of reasonable doubt. There's a lot of chain of command. I mean, chain of custody. There's a lot of he said, she said. There's a lot. There's a lot of mismanagement of this case. Now, on the Mexican side, the burden of proof is different. The legal system is different. It's another conversation. But I'm talking about on our side of things. Listen, I'm not saying these people are going to get off. That ain't what I'm saying either. But what I'm saying is I think a lot of people feel like, oh, it's a slam dunk. Oh, why haven't they arrested them yet? Oh, it's just an open and shut case. It's not. I mean, based on what we know. Now, there's a lot we don't know, and I understand that. But based on what we know, it's not. This isn't open and shut. You know? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I've been saying that since the new developments came out.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is just going to be hard to watch because we all saw what happened.
Yeah.
But I believe that maybe one of five is probably going to really be held accountable for this, and not all of
Yeah,
them,
I think there
unfortunately.
may be some petty charges. Like, I mean, we hear
Hmm.
about the theft and we hear about things like that. But even with that, the family can't prove that Shanquella didn't give those people permission to use her credit cards or give the people the money unless it happened after her after she was no longer with us. But anything that happened prior to that, the family can't even all they can say is, well, she wouldn't have given them the money, but you weren't there and you don't know. It's just
Exactly.
and again, I know that frustrates us as people on the outside that want to see justice for her, but I'm frustrated at the way the way this whole thing is being handled, honestly. Wendy, that's a good point, but a lot of people don't get travel insurance. A lot of people don't know to get travel insurance. If you are traveling outside of an agency and you're just buying a plane ticket and getting a hotel room, a lot of people don't get travel insurance. They figure that they just have insurance and they'll be good to go. I know that's right. Aquarius said cases are never open and shut. I'm speaking to the ancestors. I know that's right, Aquarius. Aquarius goddess. I like that. Aquarius goddess. Trip to the doctor's office will run you roughly the same amount as a trip to the emergency room, about 400 pesos. Ebby, y'all know Ebby over there Googling, honey. I know Ebby over there Googling. But I mean, that's just like if you've ever been on a cruise. Anybody in here ever been on a cruise? When you go on a cruise, you have to pay out of pocket. If you go to the infirmary on a cruise ship, you have to pay out of pocket, even if you have insurance, and you have to go to your insurance company to get reimbursed. Now, it's been a few years since I've been on a cruise, and things may have been updated, but I've cruised a lot, and I've been on Carnival, I've been on Norwegian, and I've been on Royal Caribbean, and all three of them, it's the same. So just because you have insurance in the United States, it doesn't work the same everywhere else. Now you can get reimbursed, but you have to pay up front. And I want to say, I think the first cruise I went on, it was something like $200 or $300 just to go to the infirmary for them to look at you, like going to the emergency room. And then, if they give you medicine or anything else, and then they'll give you all of your receipts, and you have to submit that information to your insurance when you get home and get reimbursed. So if you don't have that money up front, you're in trouble. Yeah, if you get sick on a cruise, that's coming out of pocket. So it's again, having insurance doesn't mean you just it's not this. I think one of the biggest takeaways from this is people need to understand that traveling outside of the United States, you got to look at all of the. I mean, it's great to travel. Y'all know I love to travel, but you have to look at all of the elements that go into traveling outside the United States. So let me ask you this, Geechee, you were talking last night on your live about the friends. So all of the friends, I'm sorry, I have to stop using that word. They were not her friends. All of these people, um, are off the grid now, right? They've shut down their phones. They're gone dark, right?
Not
Is that true?
not no, not Nasir and at least no, they haven't. They're still active on social media.
Okay. Now you
But the
said that.
others have.
Now what is it that Nasir said that you start like at first you thought maybe he was lying about, but now you're like, okay, wait a minute. On second thought, maybe what he said wasn't so far out of the realm. What are some of the things you questioning? Not questioning, but
1 second, I'm trying to swallow this chicken, girl. I'm trying to eat. That's why I'm quiet.
you know what?
Um, um, um. Oh God. So one of the things were when he said that she was alive when he got there, he administered CPR and all of that stuff. And when Gerald was asking him, and he was like, "Well, I was giving mouth to mouth." So my thing was maybe he was, administering the breaths, and the doctor was doing the chest compressions. That's one thing that made me say, okay, well, is there some truth to his story? Um,
Yeah, because that
but
wasn't a report that a friend was helping the doctor do CPR.
mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there are some truths, even though everybody wants to look at him as a liar, because I mean they're all lying at this point. You got one trying to sell an interview for $10,000 and up, and then you have one, well, the same one, she ran to Connecticut, the other one ran to Ohio. Um, and these other two are here, hiding out or whatever. Last night there was a little back and forth between Gerald and Nasir, and they were doxing each other. Um, I put it on my Instagram story. Is Gerald even put his number out there, and I guess I kind of like did it too because I shared it on my Instagram story. But don't call him. Um,
Oh, I'm not. I don't want no. Now listen, I don't want no part of none of that. I don't want no parts of none of that.
well, I was petty last night because I called him and texted him.
Oh Lord,
I,
get your girl,
I sure,
Kiki.
I sure did. I called him and texted him. I was being extra petty because I was like, your ass going to jail.
You know what? I will say this. I think at this point, and that's why I've been very careful about information, because there's so much information out there, and it's so contradictory and confusing. I mean, obviously, we all want to know what happened. We all want the story, but more importantly, I just want justice. More importantly, I want the people held responsible, and I think all of them hold some responsibility. I don't know to what extent and all of that, but I think all of them hold some responsibility. Again, I have my opinion about about some of what I mean. Obviously, some because I don't have the whole damn story. But I just think it's sad that now we know that this young lady was alive for 3 hours longer than what we originally thought, getting medical help, which also has to say to me that her injuries were out, had to have been at a point that were beyond what they could do there. And it's
Right.
sad that she wasn't allowed to go to a hospital. Um, Now you said in the chat that who's being accused of stealing money from her?
The Mexican authorities,
What?
$17,000.
So they're saying so that wasn't the friends now. They're saying that they think the Mexican authorities did it, not the friends.
They said that she had $17,000 cash. Why? I don't know why she would travel with that amount of money, in cash. I
Well,
don't know.
they was balling, child. They was out there balling, honey.
Yeah, they were. So they said that happened, and now the doctors and the police are trying to conspire to get their stories together. Um, but we'll just have to
But
wait
I
and
guess,
see what happens. Huh?
my question is why are they saying, because I thought at first they were saying that the friends stole the money. So why now is it being flipped that they think the Mexican authorities stole the money?
Well, at first see, cash and cards are different things because the story is the friends charged their flights on her card, and the flights
Okay.
equaled up to $10,000. But now, just recently, like maybe 30 minutes before you went live, um, you guys can get this from Chronicle Speaks. She released something because she was in touch with I don't know if he's a private investigator over there in Mexico, but he gave her the information as far as the police and them taking $17,000 cash from her. So it's on her latest video that she just uploaded about an hour or so ago.
But um, I guess where I'm confused, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I guess the part that I'm confused by is where is this coming from?
Okay, so I don't know how Chronicle Speaks got in touch with the guy that she got in touch with, because I didn't do any digging or calling around after her video because I was too busy trying to find me something to eat. But so I don't really know where. All I know is she said I think the guy is a private investigator. And I don't know how she got in touch with him, but she did. And she's very thorough because she goes line by line everything that he gave her as far as what they know or what he knows and what he's uncovered so far. Because he even told her that the Mexican authorities could have prevented the six from coming back to the US and lock them up, but they didn't. Why? I have no idea.
See, this is where, and this is not at you at all, Lex, but this is where I don't like because
I know where you're going, but yeah, that's why I said I didn't do any investigation or whatever. She said that she somehow got in contact with this man, and this is what he told her. So, like I said, I didn't do any snooping of my own, because I was hungry. I was trying to get me something to eat. So I didn't do any snooping of my own. Now I'm curious to see what Gerald has to say because um he should know this information. I would think he would know. And I would also think that the family would be privy to that information as well. But you never know what they're withholding because with all of this press surrounding Mexico, it's going to do something to their bottom line as far as the tourists are concerned. So maybe they're trying to cover this up and clean it up and put a bow on it and say, hey, y'all deal with, your own, trying to be funny but not funny. Um, your own because it's affecting us. I don't know, but something in the milk is definitely not clean.
yeah, I'm gonna say this. So a couple of things in the chat. I see a lot of people talking about the money part of it. Here's the reality: the law might say one thing, but it's really just an honor system. I mean, you're supposed to declare if you have a certain amount of money, but they not strip searching you to see and checking your wallet. You tell them what you have, and they go by that. I mean, unless you got
Hmm.
a suitcase full of cash. I mean, if you have, $17,000 in big bills and you have it spread out in your luggage and in your wallet and you know what I mean? Like they,
Hmm.
it's there's no. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like this doesn't like they're gonna strip search you and say, "Oh no, you need to count out all the cash you have on you." So I mean, that part of it, yeah, there are laws about what you should, what you have to declare and what you don't have to declare and all that good stuff. But it's an honor system. I mean, for the most part. I mean, if you walking around and you got a wad of money in your back pocket, but I mean, it's an honor system. So there's that.
I mean, $17,000 is not a lot of money to, disclose. I mean, to conceal.
That's what I'm saying. If you got big bills and you spread it
Hmm.
out, it's really not. You put a little in your luggage, you put a little in your wallet, a little in your carry on, a little, it really
Hmm.
isn't. Um, and who knows how she was traveling with it, and who knows? Listen, again, here's where I get leery. Who knows what that young lady had in her pocket? We're going by the quote unquote
Exactly.
friends who who haven't been truthful about pretty much anything. We're going by her family, who may or may not know what she, what did she tell her mom? What did she tell her dad? What did she tell her boyfriend? You know what I mean? Like, who are we going by? These numbers are coming out, and like you said, there's a difference between credit card and cash. Now, as far as
Hmm.
Diamond Pearl, they did have return tickets, but remember they left early, so they needed flights back because they left a day early.
And 9 times out of 10, those flights are going to be a little bit expensive.
Yeah,
Leaving,
a one way last minute one way ticket is a little pricey.
hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I
Um.
know. My cousin got married in Virginia a couple weekends ago, and a last minute flight was $600. I was like, bro, I'm gonna cash app you. Congratulations.
Right, from Charlotte to Virginia, girl, you could have driven that, child.
I'm lazy.
Girl, that's beyond lazy. I don't mean. I mean, like if you. I'm saying if you have not you, but I mean if somebody would rather pay a $600 ticket rather than drive from Charlotte to Virginia. I mean, I know Virginia is a big state, but literally you could be in Virginia in 4 hours. But
Listen, if
but that's
the
coming from
tickets
somebody
were
that's
between
driven.
$300 or $400, I probably would have flew. But six something, heck no. I just cashed after,
But
and
you,
he
but
was cool with that.
yeah, but you're talking to somebody that's been driving that since they were 18 years old. So I've
Well,
been
yeah,
driving that.
true.
I've been driving that DC to Greensboro, so that ain't nothing for me. um, um, the weird thing to me is, do you tell your friends or people you're on vacation with how much money you got in your camera? First of all, this is what I
No.
need. So no, no, no. Listen, this is what I need everybody to do. I need everybody to stop thinking like 30, 40-year-old people. I need us to go back to when we were in our early 20s, when we was balling. I'm not saying you give an exact amount, but this is the same generation that goes on Instagram and takes pictures of money and
Well,
flexes
yeah.
and shows
Mhm.
everything. This is the generation that we're living in right now, where they have to put everything out there and show everything. So, do I think that she was walking around like, but do I think a conversation was had about how much money she was going to take? Sure. Now, did she exaggerate? Did she tell the truth? Maybe, maybe not.
Oh,
But
I believe her because
okay,
I'll send
Janae.
you a picture of her boyfriend, and you'll believe her too. When I send you this picture after we get off.
Believe
So I
about what?
believe she had that type of cash on her.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, do I believe that she took? Do I believe she took the cash? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, as far as the conversations, people do that all the time. I never tell anybody how much money I'm carrying, a friend or no friend. Right, but when you were in your early 20s, you may. I'm not saying that I walk around saying, hey, I got $25 in my pocket. But I mean, I remember having conversations going on vacation about how much money I was taking. Now, how much I really had and what I said I had. But I remember having a conversation about it. But again, we also have to remember the generation that we're living in, y'all. These kids ain't us. These are not, it's a different generation. It's a different, it's just a different generation. Um, Child, I remember elementary school on a week trip, a group of heifers put their spending money together. It was chaos, and I was a part of it. Just simply said, I'm in my 20s. I personally don't, but I have friends that do it. Right, right, right. Hey, pretty glow aesthetics. Early 20s. I was an old soul. Yeah. And the reality is, I'm not saying that this goes for everybody, but I'm saying we have to remember the generation that we're living in. This is how they live, y'all. This is their reality. I'm gonna drop the link. I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna stay up here long, but I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to come up and just add their 2 cents. Again, I don't want to get into a whole lot of conspiracy theories, you guys. I'm really trying to let's keep the facts from. I really don't want to get into a whole lot of. I've heard 5,000 theories on this, that, and the other. Um, but if you guys want to come up and share or add to any information or whatever, that's fine. I don't travel with just anybody. The list is short. Child, the list is a lot shorter than it was. I don't even tell niggas how much I put in church. Okay. And I mean, at this point in our life, we don't talk. We know not to talk about money. We know not to talk about money. Um, What is this rumor? Do you know anything, Geechee girl, about this rumor that this was revenge for something that happened back in Charlotte? Again, I don't want to get too much into the conspiracies and all that, but have you? I mean, do you know anything about that?
What about it? Because we had a whole conspiracy live last night.
Girl, I was
Um,
listening. Listen, I was in the bushes last night. That damn Trish.
yes, listen, Jonathan asked me if she was a psychic or a tarot card reader. I said, our sector's tarot card reader or a
Child,
conspiracy
ain't nobody
theorist.
dealing with Trish crazy ass. I was listening. I was in the bushes. I started to hit the link at one
You
point in time. I was well, no,
said
I was get well because I was getting ready for bed and I was gonna hit the link. I was talking about something, but by the time I got myself all together, settled, and was laying down, y'all had moved on, and I didn't want to, I didn't want to go back. So I said, oh well, I'll just listen. And then I think I fell asleep listening to y'all last night.
What did you see when the person dropped down and said something about one of the young lady's sister being killed the same day that?
Yeah, yeah. That's what. Yeah,
Mhm,
because that's when Trish was going off on the, you know, I don't like I said,
mhm.
I don't want to go down that road. And
Right,
they started,
right.
she started talking about the young lady up in, was it Detroit? Kanika Jenkins. Is it Kanika Jenkins?
Mhm. I
Yeah,
think that was in Chicago or something.
was it Chicago? I know it's up the, one of the northern cities. I mean
Mhm.
Midwest cities. So yeah, I want to just give these updates, but I really do want to stick to what we know. I don't mind us getting into some of what's out there, but I just don't want us to get too deep into the weeds because it's easy to go down it's easy to fall down in the rabbit hole and get caught up in, well, I heard this and I heard that and they said this and they said that and somebody and some, because it's always somebody. But whenever you start asking, well, who's the somebody, what did the somebody say, then it's, well, I think, I know, I saw, I kind of, and I just want, I
Yeah,
want to try to
that's
be a vehicle for the most accurate information, you know what I'm saying?
exactly. That's why everything that was being said, I got quiet and I tried, tried to find the articles and drop the link in the chat because yeah, it was a lot. It was like a movie, Jonathan. It was a lot.
Hmm.
A whole lot.
Born Herb, you said you got caught. You took a lot of cash. You said you took a lot of cash to France because you don't have a credit card, only a debit card. You said you got into France, but TSA got you on the way back. You must have put all your money in one place. Listen, you got to spread that thing out. When you know you running, when you listen, let me give y'all some tips. You got to spread that thing out. You can't put it all in one place. One, you spread it all out because God forbid you lose your wallet, then you still have some money. So you don't put it all in one place. When you're traveling like that and you have a lot of money, you don't put all your money. Is what they say about putting all your eggs in one basket. You don't put all your money in one place. My mama taught me that when I was younger and I started traveling. She said you put a little here, you put a little there, you put a little there, a little there. Because God forbid you lose your purse or you lose your wallet, you still got some money, in your carry-on or in your luggage. Put some in your shoe. Put some in your socks. Put some in your cosmetic case. You don't put all your money in one place, child. Mm-mm.
Put them in your bra like your grandma taught you.
Oh, you definitely put some in your bra now. You definitely put some in your bra, child. But yeah, you spread that thing out, honey. Yeah, you spread that thing out. And nowadays, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nowadays, when I travel, because you have to convert the money. I wait till I get where I'm going and I just go to the ATM machine. When you go to the ATM machine, it gives you the money in the currency of the country that you're in, and the exchange rate is usually cheaper than if you exchange it at the in the airport. It's usually a cheaper exchange rate. That's what I have. The last couple of times I've traveled internationally, that's what I did. I didn't even take. I mean, I kept a little bit of cash to put on me, for the airport and that kind of stuff. But I didn't take a lump sum of money. I just wait till I got where I was going and I went to the ATM and I just took out what I thought I was gonna need while I was there. And the exchange rate is usually cheaper. I can't say definitively, but usually cheaper. That's what I do now. Yeah, the airport is a ripoff. I don't even fool with exchange rates anymore. If I can help it. All right, you guys. Well, I just wanted to make sure that, like I said, when I get information, I bring y'all information. Um, y'all make sure y'all are following Geechee Girl TV. We dropped the link a couple of times. Go check. Just if y'all want to hear all the different, theories and stuff like that. Like I said, they had a live last night that got into some of the theories. What's up, Star? If y'all want to get into that, and just follow her because again, she's stay. First of all, her channel she's always done stories as it relates to black women who've gone missing or who have been victims of unsolved cases. So you can even go through some of her archives, and she's done these stories before, but she's definitely been following this story for a while, and she's done multiple lives. So it's a lot of information over there for y'all to check her out. Okay. um they don't want fun. Okay. With that being said, y'all, let me get out of here. I'm gonna try to get y'all some videos and some reviews and some stuff tonight. Um, yeah, I know I'm gonna get y'all some quick drops. Again, we have hit the 9,000 mark over here, you guys. So congratulations to
Congratulations.
us. Thank you. And we are on the countdown to 10,000. Like I said, I was trying to get there by the end of the year, but if not, we certainly should be able to hit it in January. And we are going to have an awesome party when we get to 10K. We will have merch and everything else. Okay.
You got this. Did you do a review yet on Real Housewives of Potomac, or you're not
Girl,
reviewing?
yeah. Oh, we did
I
the
gotta,
review. We did the
I gotta
review.
catch it.
We did a review Saturday. Matter of fact, I went live. They made me so mad. Girl, I went live with my review. I'm getting ready to do a quick drop when I get off of here and talk about Monique. Monique has something to say. We're gonna talk about that and uh um what was it? Something else happened today that we're gonna talk about. I got a couple of quick drops I need to drop today.
What do you think of, well, what I'll wait, but I want to ask you if you're going to talk about August.
Um, if y'all want to know my honest opinion about August, I think he's trolling.
I think so too. That's what I thought.
If y'all,
Because
if I think he's trolling. I don't think, and I could be wrong, but I just think he's trolling. He didn't do anything overtly sexual in that video. We saw him. He hugged that young man. He said this person has taught him how to love differently and how to love. Like I didn't hear nothing with him saying, "This is my boyfriend. This is the love of my life. This is my man. This is my boo." And then even when he introduced him, they hugged. Like they didn't do nothing sexual. I mean, I did a video on it, and I even said in the video, "Y'all tell me what y'all think." But I wouldn't be surprised if he is saying, "Listen, I am, I'm bisexual or whatever." I wouldn't be surprised either way it goes. But I just am not. I think he's trolling. That's just my opinion. I honestly think he's trolling. And notice he hasn't said anything. He hasn't come out to clear anything up one way or the other. Yeah, I think he's trolling. But that's just my opinion. Um, it was something else I was gonna say to y'all, but all right, we're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button on your way out the door. It kicked you out, get you girl. I was wondering why you stopped talking. Um, and I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.